Sit down, boys, and take a lesson from those folks at Smith & Wesson. The workmanship is second to none, but the shooting part, that's the real fun. The famed Smith action, it is real precision the other brands can't even envision. When quality's first, it is what you'll get, from the 44 mag to the 22 jet. A top revolver, there is none finer than a Smith & Wesson Model 29er. The 29 is the one to carry. Just ask my good friend, Dirty Harry. There's K frames, L frames, J frames too, but the N frame, that's the one for you. So I hope you boys all learned your lesson from all those folks over at Smith & Wesson. That's a poem that I found deep in the bowels of the interwebs. It's called A Smith & Wesson Creed by Leonard Leathers, and I thought I'd share that with you guys today. Hello guys and gals, Buffalo here. Today we're just going to take a quick look at and do some shooting with this Model 29, the Smith & Wesson Model 29. Now, over the years, of course, there's been some production changes to this model, this revolver, and Smith & Wesson usually denotes that with a dash number. This one is a Model 29-3. Of course, being a -3, it doesn't have the pin barrel or the recessed chambers of those that came before it. This is a 4-inch barreled model. Of course, the -3s were produced in the 80s. So this gun's starting to get a little bit of age on it. Got a lot of holster wear. The bluing's worn off at the muzzle, typical of what you see on holster wear. The muzzle itself is in good condition. Little scratches on the wood grips there, but it's just worn enough to make this a shooter. You know, it's not going to be a safe queen. You're not going to put it away and hide it for the rest of your life and then your kids sell it later on. It's something that you're actually going to get out and use. That's what I like about it. So we're just going to get out and shoot it. Let's get it down to the buffalo range and fire it off some. All right, so here we are at the buffalo range. This gun does belong to a good friend and channel supporter, Jason. Thanks, Jason, for sending it over. You guys have seen several of his guns on the channel before. Appreciate him keeping us in different stuff to look at and shoot. I'm going to start out shooting some of these lighter loaded. Well, I say lighter loaded. They're 250 grain bullets, but they're loaded down to lower velocities, like a 44 special velocity. They are in Magnum cases. But anyway, then we'll move up and shoot some heavy loads or some hot loads. Those are a little warmer than I thought they were. Shoot a few more. Guess I got one more in there, don't I? All right, I got me a pocket full of cartridges. Moved back here to 40 yards. See if we can make any hits back here. Ah, got a miss. Try him again. Now we're talking. Of course, I saved that brass. If you shoot much 44 Magnum, you're probably a reloader or really wealthy. Well, that wasn't too bad at 40 yards. Had the one miss there. Shoot one more cylinder full through it at this range. And again, one miss. That's all right, I'll take it. That's not too bad. All right, so I'm back here at 50 yards. Got a target set up that's roughly the size of a white-tailed deer's vitals, maybe a little bit larger. But gonna try my hunting load out. It's a Nosler jacketed hollow point, 240 grain. I've got it loaded up pretty hot. My dog's going nuts back behind us. He's in the kennel. I have to kennel him up when I do these videos. He loves to come down here when I shoot, but I try to keep him put up while I'm doing videos because he just goes nuts, and I have to wait for him to get, he's looking for what I'm shooting at. He thinks I'm shooting at critters, so he just gets in the way down here. But if you hear him barking in the background, that's what's going on. Since I am trying a hunting load here, I'm going to shoot it in single action as if I were hunting. See if I can make some hits. Gosh, that recoil. Man, those 44 specials and cowboy loads kind of spoiled me. Was not ready for that. It about jumped out of my hands. All right, so I made a hit. Now that's what a 44 Magnum's about. Ah, man. So I had one miss. So at 50 yards, I hit 5 out of 6. That might not be perfect, but I'll take it. Especially shooting a 4-inch barreled revolver that doesn't even belong to me. Let's have some fun. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. I had a lot of fun with it, just out doing some shooting with this old revolver. Really had a good time. If you enjoyed the video and you're not already a subscriber, I hope you go ahead and subscribe. Really appreciate that. Thank you guys over on my Patreon as well. You guys have been kicking butt this year. I can't thank you enough. That's all I got, and I'll talk with y'all again soon.